Yes, the 1950s, post-war America, where on the surface everything seemed like it was great. I'm not going to go into the whole cultural, like everything else that was going underneath. But let's just talk about, we're here to just talk about movies, very specifically Alien Invaders, Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1956, one of the greatest and most influential sci-fi films of all time. Stars Kevin McCarthy as a doctor in a small-town California town whose patients are becoming hysterical and accuse their loved ones as emotionless imposters. Plant-like extra ETs have invaded Earth, replicating the extras in giant seed pods and taking possession of their souls while they sleep. So yeah, directed by the great Don Siegel, Dirty Harry, and it's got a whole bunch of people. Remade 1978, 1997, 2007. So just to give you an idea, yes, some of it has to do with the political machinations that were going on at the time. So what we get here is, with some of these sci-fi films, you're just here just to. Some of them are quick exploitative ones. Some of them are just really freaking great, Ray Harryhouse ones. And there's just the one that's just like right below Earth versus the Flying Saucers. And I would say that this one truly is just like right below because one, obviously it deals with the aliens that could be coming in and emotionless replicas of individuals. And two at the same time. It's a good performance from Kevin McCarthy. I mean, he starts off like he understands that he's just portraying, he's just a small town doctor. He even says he doesn't understand, like, some of the more advanced, like, he says, I don't know anything about, what was that, podiatry and pathology. He's just like a general, what is that called, a PCP, primary care physician nowadays. So, he knows his position and he doesn't really step out of bounds. And, he has a good rapport with his patients and everything, but we begin to see his early he starts to see people become replaced by the aliens, and it's actually pretty good. It's like a nice eventual descent, as the aliens start to come in. These aliens are pretty much like the same people, the motion, gait, memories and things. So there's just something off. I guess you could call it the uncanny valley. There's just something a little mentally askew. Like they said that they couldn't understand love, and that's even stated by the aliens themselves. So what we get is kind of a manhunt by the aliens as they try and capture him and a friend of his in like the last 20 minutes, where they eventually have to hide beneath some like metal structure in a cave. And all the while at the beginning he was placed in a hospital. So he had a very interesting intrigue. Is there political subtext? Kevin McCarthy himself doesn't think so. The director does. I could see it, yes, because of the Red Scare and everything going on. But at the same time, there are some good special effects in here. I mean, it's half of it has to do with the politics and half of it is when the aliens start to hatch in a greenhouse. About, what was that, roughly 45 minutes in, we get a low angle shot of a guy who has like a pitchfork, but then there's a pitchfork, and as they're filmed from like the guy's knees or whatever, they go down and there's just one interesting, just long shot of the aliens just emerging, and and it was a special effect that caused some havoc and stuff like that. Just look it up on the IMDb trivia. But it was a little poignant, I guess is the word. How it was the great establishment, and they just emerge, and it was quite the sight to see. It was, an interesting. I mean, obviously it's been done before. It was just an interesting sight to see. Just how interesting it was to see. I'm like, as I'm looking at it, I'm just like, that's a very good shot right there. But ultimately, yeah, so this is definitely a good one. We don't get too much of the aliens, but we do get all the chaos and everything going on, and what a lot was going on at this time was the McCarthyism of like America first, blind patriotism, don't question things. It was just kind of like more, well, it was more of a critique of that, and funny how more things change, the more they stay the same. But anyway, yeah. So say what you will about that. It was selected to be in the National Film Registry in 1996 for its cultural and historical significance. This is a bare bones DVD, but I will review the one it's streaming for free on Pluto TV. I will give it another watch because I do want to see it in better quality. Picture from this from Iowa Films is fine, but no subtitles. So yeah, I actually do recommend you watch 1956 Invasion of the Body Snatchers.